Hi Gemini, welcome back to my channel. It's Krista here to do the last 2 weeks of February for you. This is your bi-monthly. This is for February 15th to the 29th. Happy leap year. So I hope you enjoyed the first 2 weeks reading the first bi-monthly as well as your really in-depth monthly reading for Gemini. So this is the last 2 weeks for Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, and Gemini Rising signs. What does Gemini need to know for the last 2 weeks of February 2020? Woo. Had that jump. We have a really nice legacy card here. You know, this is about long-term investments, grandparents, children, grandchildren. Really feeling like the family's together. Things are comfortable, cozy. Really nice card. We'll see if it shows up in your reading. Messages for Gemini. It's 2 weeks of February. All right, so 6 card spread today. We'll look at the bottom of the deck for general energy, of course. And then we have our medicine cards here for an additional message for you, Gemini. And as always, I will lift these up to the camera one by one and look at them with you. Wow, Gemini, if you have any Taurus in your chart, or if you're dealing with a Taurus at this time, I'm going to suggest that you check out your Taurus reading. 15th to the 29th Taurus reading, they actually ended with the sixes, with cups. They started with swords, ended with cups. Wow, lots of swords. So excuse me, there could be something going on with the communication. Bottom of the deck energy here for you is a little bit of a tricky situation. In terms of overall energy here, you may not want to hear what's about to be said, and you may be conflicted about what position to take here. This is literally, and when I say tricky situation, this is a tricky card. Now, the best attitude to take about this card is that you're stepping out in a direction that's uniquely yours, and you're not going to listen to the haters. Cool. However, I'm seeing a lot of truth. I'm seeing a little bit of heartache here. I'm seeing a couple of sevens, which is a reassessment. Where do I go from here? Longing for the past. So, you know, be careful that you're not twisting a conversation or twisting communication, say, to suit a narrative, to suit a belief system that you have versus what is actually being communicated, what is actually being said or offered here at this time. 7 of Swords. Yeah, I mean, just in terms of trying to get away with something, there's a little bit of a gambler energy here. This could even be gossip here as well, guys. So very interesting for you. Let's see what the card is representing the situation for you. So here we have this 3 of Swords. This is essentially a heartache. This is thinking about a heartache, however. This is not simply the feeling of a heartache, right? The feeling of a heartache would show up, I would say, in maybe the closest, you know, in the minor arcana would be the 5 of Cups, right? A loss or a disappointment, but that's not, but that is felt. This is still really in thought mode. You're still thinking of this. Something really hurt you and you can't really get it off your mind. It could have something completely to do with this person or energy. We have the reason for this. The exact same card showed up in the exact same position for Taurus, so that's why I'm suggesting you check that out. And it could be that you're dealing with a Taurus. But this could be any air sign, really. This could be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, but it is technically Libra ruled, so we have a balancing situation, communication, logic, information situation, or energy here. We really want to note the large white owl. There's an enormous amount of wisdom. This woman is also known in many instances as the divorce queen. She's willing to cut her losses in pursuit of the truth, in pursuit of accuracy. She would rather be alone and have the answers and not have to deal with inner conflict than she would to try to make something up or to try to bow to nonsense, really. So this is actually quite a strong card, but it's interesting to see that it sits atop of, you know, where does your heart really rest? What do you really, really want? Again, we're looking at, oh my guys, I just realized we have 3 sevens. What the heck? 3 sevens, guys. Contracts and alliances. It's been a very long time since I've seen 3 sevens together. Look at this. 7, 7, 7. Very interesting. So a lot of revision, revisiting, revising could be major themes here. But again, this could be very aware that you or someone around you may be trying to, whether they're conscious of it or not, trying to trick or manipulate a situation involving the heart, involving a broken heart, involving how to invite or invoke relations again, how to win someone's heart. Really interesting. I have not seen 3 sevens. Wow, I don't even remember the last time was. Contracts and alliances. Yeah, no kidding. This definitely is a relationship issue for you. I don't know for sure because it's a general reading if this is going to be intimate or family or otherwise. But remember, we did have the 10 of Pentacles out there, so it could very well have to do with a family issue, right? We looked at that legacy card, grandparents and so forth. So this could have to do with a very, very close relationship. In your immediate past is, this difficult, somewhat conflicted 5 of Wands. This could be, in its best sense, a healthy competition. You could feel as though you were going to win something here, or you were going to come out on top of something, but that's not what happened. And you might have been sort of peeved by that. That might be what caused a little bit of a broken heart or an upset heart here. But the conflict is really, it should have been for similar or identical outcomes. Had there been a difficult conversation here, for example, it would have been that the both of you either were on the same page and couldn't come to resolution, or you had totally different outcomes as individuals during the conversation that you didn't, share with one another, and therefore how could your minds have ever met? So the way things are being approached now, methodology and behavior around approaching an issue of communication, truth, intellect, logic, trickery, gossip, these are all major components of what's going on the last 2 weeks for you guys. So in the card representing the now is the 7 of Pentacles. So yeah, how much are you willing to spend to keep going in this direction? Do you like what you currently have, right? The 7s are really about reassessment or revision. So you're sort of looking a little bit in the past, and we'll know that he's sort of looking out here, looking back into the past. We know that we're ending with the 6 of Cups. There could be an enormous sense of sentimentality here. There could just be a strict longing for something as well. Longing for the good times, longing for understanding. Issues of manipulation really have fallen flat, whether it was you or someone else sort of attempting this. So just beware here if you're trying to, or if you sense that someone is trying to manipulate a situation, stand firm. Don't let that happen. Really try to take the high road here. Be honest. Be honest. Tell the truth. I would say at all costs here, because something will come back around, right? Something is kind of on repeat back here. So here we have in the future is our 7 of Cups. And you're kind of trying to figure out how does my heart really feel about this? What direction do I take? What approach do I make here? As an emotional matter, it does sit right below this somewhat cold Queen of Swords. So again, it's really essential not to be manipulative around an issue concerning the heart or even the family. And no, it doesn't have to be you doing it, but I want you to be aware that someone could be in your environment. And this could be a work situation. It's a general reading, right? So if this is just someone close to you and it's someone, if you feel like the people you work with are family, for example, whatever is family to you, right? Could be just best friends and that type of thing. Here with you, your advice card is the 6 of Cups. This is just pure longing. It could have been because of an argument or a little bit of conflict here where you want it to be right. You both want it to be right. You both want it to be heard. So yeah, there's a definitive longing here. We do see the child and the reflection in the water. Something you have to do with perhaps a younger person, your inner child, your own child. You could be the mother, you could be the child, or the father or child, whichever, the parent. But yeah, longing for the past is a major ending card. This is a major advice card here. So maybe it might be a nice time to recognize what it is you thought you had here. How solid was the relationship? How solid was the communication? How close were you? Were you both honest the whole time? Were you both trying to get something from the other person? Was there trickery or, oops. So we have a million cards there. I'm going to keep shuffling and put those back. I'm very, very, I do think that there is an element of gambling or trickery around the Seven of Swords. There's just no two ways to put that, guys. It is impacting something resembling a broken heart. It is impacting the way you feel about the past, perhaps a younger person or your inner child. Yeah, we have Messenger. Look at that. Messenger, guys. Something needs to be communicated very, very clearly here. I will suggest, however, guys, to come to terms with what it is that you really, really want to achieve here, because without a firm understanding of how you feel about this person or situation, and without understanding how to approach it in a fair and balanced manner, I just think that this could be on repeat. So Messenger is very, very important here. There could be a lot of communication for you with this person or around this issue regarding, say, balancing, legal contracts. Where was our 3 sevens? What was that about? Contracts and alliances. So who's in your group, who isn't in your group, who's in your family, who isn't in your family. So again, messages and communication, very, very important for you for the last 2 weeks of the month. So I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope I will see you in the next video. Bye for now, everybody.